Good afternoon, everybody. This is Joyce from BoQ Creations, and I am so excited to be on Elizabeth Craft Design's page today. Thank you all so much for hosting us today. I'm so excited to be here. Today, I am going to create this gorgeous little box. It is the book box from Elizabeth Craft Designs. There we go. It's got the beautiful poinsettia from flower number 12 on here, and the book box die. Happy Friday. I'm so excited to be here. So thank you so much for having us today. I'm just going to get my iPad up so I can see. Hello, Linda and Elizabeth Craft Designs. Hello, Ans. How are you? Thank you so much for having us. Oh, did I just see something about a $50 gift card? Ooh, it says Happy Friday and welcome to the Live with Joyce. Let me know in the comments that you liked it and shared the video. That is my son that's creeping in the background. Goodbye, son. Sorry about that. And you have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Patricia, thank you. Diane Enlow is here. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I'm going to turn my camera down because I got a lot of coloring and a lot of shaping that I need to share with you today. So I'll be telling you what I used. It'll all be available at elizabethcraftdesigns.com, so make sure you hop on over there. And thank you so much for having us. Hello from Germany. Thank you, Lily, for joining us. Oh my gosh, my comments, I usually read the comments as I'm on here, and they're rolling by so fast that I can't see, so I hope I don't miss anybody. Hello, Patricia, Shirley Leggin, thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. So let me flip my camera around here so that you guys can see what all I'm doing on my mat. Hello, Marag. How are you? Okay, so let me just center that. You can see that I've already got some things in the works here, so I just wanted to show you. So this is what we are creating today. This is the book box from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Let me tell you what I'm going to be using, and then I will show you how to do it. So I created the book box from, hello, Lois and Charlotte and Belinda. Hello. I don't know where everybody is from. Hi, Diana. Thank you for joining us here on Elizabeth Craft Designs. I'm so excited to be here today. Christmas Lives Here paper. This is what I made the book box out of. I love these colors. I mean, if you've not had a chance to check out this paper, it is absolutely phenomenal. The colors are so bright. I love these Christmas colors. Absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Penny. How are you? So I used the Christmas Lives Here paper to create the book box. I loved this beautiful, like snowflakey look on here. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Absolutely fun. And so all you need to do to create the, I guess I should just show you what I'm using first, right? Okay, so I have the Elizabeth Craft Design book box. So I used that as well. I used Florals number 15, but I only used one die from that set. So this is Florals number 15. It kind of looks like a carnation. But you know what? When I saw this die, I didn't see the green leaves of the carnations. I saw a stick or a branch. So that's what I used for the branch. So this is out of set number 15, Florals number 15. And then I also used Florals number 12 for the poinsettia. So that is what I use today. I might be using the ferns. I don't know. I'm kind of just, as I go along, I'm going to see if that's what I want to use. So again, the book box, the Christmas Lives Here paper pack is what I used. And the Florals number 12 and number 15. Gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. So much fun. And this book box is so easy to build. If you have a Christmas gift that you need to give or something of that nature, you're absolutely going to want to put it in this book box. It is so easy to create. So a book box is great. You should get one. It is absolutely one of the most easiest boxes that I have put together. It gives you all the cut lines, all the fold lines. It tells you exactly where to fold. It is so easy to put together. I mean, seriously, wait till you see how cute this is. So I used the Elizabeth Craft Design adhesive. I use the 1/8 inch. This is the little one. Let me grab another one out of my drawer because my other one was messed up. Okay, so I use the 1/8 inch Elizabeth Craft Design tape. Love this stuff. The end of mine always gets yucky, so I always just, you know, start like in the middle of the strip. And all you do is just stick some on here, on these little tabs, and they tear nicely. Well, it does if, you know, you're not on Elizabeth Craft Design Live and trying to, you know, do it. Hi, Sue. How are you? Hello, Terry. So nice to see you guys. I'm trying to keep looking up, but I don't want to mess up what I'm doing here. So I apologize if I don't see you. I am trying my hardest. Thank you guys for joining us on this Friday. I am making you guys some Christmas gifts so that you can have them to give to your family. You know, I'm one of those people that I like to get gift cards. I know some people don't, but you know, I would rather get a gift card and be able to pick what I want instead of having somebody get me something thoughtful and maybe I can't use it or I already had it. So I love when I get gift cards, but you know, the thing is that gift card presentation sometimes lacks, and you're just kind of like, you know, oh, this is nice. Nice of you to hand me, you know, a $50 bill. Thank you so much. Hello from Connecticut. But, you know, I love when somebody takes the time to put a gift card in a box or, you know, in something gorgeous like this, because it just lets you know that, yes, I gave you money. I gave you a gift card, but I wanted it to be beautiful for you. So this is the box part of the book box. This is the top. It is scored right here. I cut it out of the Christmas Lives Here paper. So I'm just going to kind of round this. I'm not going to really fold it per se. I'm just rounding it. It has all of these embossed edges on it, so it really looks beautiful. So I'm just training the folds right there so it'll go, you know, well together. So this is going to be, let me see, I'm not sure which way I want it to go. Let me put it together. All right, I think I'll have it go this way. So this is going to be the front of my box. So you get to pick, you know, where you want it. I'm going to distress it just a little bit with some walnut stain. Let me grab my brush here. This, their brothers what? Wrap it in aluminum foil. Oh my gosh, an aluminum foil. Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, if aluminum foil is all you have, you know, then you just do what you got to do. So I'm just taking my walnut stain here and my little brushes, and I'm just giving it a little zhuzh here because I want to, you know, just make it a little bit more. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this paper. All right, there we go. And that's just plain walnut stain from Distress Inks. No big deal. I might even go like right down this edge because you're going to see this edge. Maybe I'll just give it a little something right there too. Why not? Okay. Now, this is part of the book box die set as well. And I cut it out with Elizabeth Craft Design adhesive on the back because it is so hard to glue all of these little pieces onto the book box. But check this out. Just so I'm making sure I've got it right. Yep, this is my front. Watch this. Look how easy it is to create this book box and put this piece on it when you have double-sided adhesive from Elizabeth Craft Design on the back of it when you die cut it. Look at that. Look how quick and easy that goes down. So that one is really, really easy to do. So this is going to be the front of my box right here. I'm not going to put it together just yet, because I want to build my flowers and stuff on a flat surface because they're afraid the stores will close and I never get to use it. Oh, wow. I didn't really think that would ever be a problem, but I guess it could be, couldn't it? Well, you know, then they give you the receipt. Yes, this is part of the book box die, so very easy to do. So that's going to be the front of my box. I'm going to set this aside and show you how I colored all of my poinsettia pieces. So I have some already ready here because I didn't want to bore you all day long with coloring these, but I will show you how I do them. So I just take a piece of white paper and I just take the white paper, and I'm using Color Hive inks. You can use your favorite colors, it doesn't matter. These are just some that I love, the color green and red for this particular, Christmas. So I love. Oh, I will absolutely agree with you on that, Diane. Diane says the Elizabeth Craft Design adhesive is the best. Amen to that. I am telling you, it is my go-to adhesive for everything. Okay, so I would never dream of making any realistic florals without using the soft finish cardstock from Elizabeth Craft Designs. This cardstock, the texture on this cardstock just makes the flowers stand up. It's just, it works. This is the paper. If you're going to do flowers, then you need to be using this cardstock. Soft finish cardstock is the only cardstock I will use for my flowers. That's it. There is no other one. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Hello from South Carolina. And I just saw Veronica go off the screen. Hello, Veronica. Hi, Sue. So I'm just going to take this green and my brush, and I'm just going to brush this beautiful olivey green onto my leaves. And if I want it darker, then I just go over it again. And I call the front of the cardstock the side with the texture. So if I refer to the front and the back, the front is the side with the texture, the back would be the softer side. So I'm just taking this ink, and I want to make these a little bit darker, especially on the tips. Now, of course, these florals can be made any color you want to. In fact, I think yesterday I made a pink one and it turned out really nice. You could do a white one. Hi, Tammy Jo, how are you? I see a lot of our friends, Cindy, Lois. Some of these I can't pronounce the names, but I will try. Femke Neeson, liked with a love and comment and shared. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I love having an awesome audience. All right, so I made the largest of the 5 dies. I made the largest one, the leaves or the base of the poinsettia. So that is going to be the green. And then the red I chose was telephone box red. Now you could color these with alcohol markers for sure. You could use paint. You could use pretty much any color that you know, or medium you want to use. And I just took my red ink here, which is something that most of you have. Hi, Greenie McLaughlin. How are you? Thank you for joining us on this lovely Friday. So I just took, look how vibrant that color is. Oh my gosh. And look at how that cardstock just takes that ink and just, oh, it's so pretty. I love these florals on the Elizabeth Craft Design paper. So I am just taking my ink blending tool. I'm using a brush from Tailored Expressions, but you know, hey, you could use whatever you have that will get the job done. And I do both the front and back side. I know the red is amazing. This is one of my favorite Christmas reds. I really like. Normally I color these with alcohol markers, but let me tell you the problem with the poinsettia is that it is really hard to find a nice red in the Copic collection that will be so vibrant on these poinsettias. So that is why I chose to use ink instead of the alcohol markers on this particular one. Normally I will color them with alcohol markers. Hi, Christine, liked from Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us. I see a lot of folks from our channel, so thank you so much for my Bo Cuties for joining us today. We just did a broadcast at noon Eastern Standard Time, so they're joining us back to back today on the Elizabeth Craft Designs page, so I'm so excited about that. There we go. So we do front and back, and I die cut all 4 of the sizes from this set because the largest one is going to be my leaves, and then the medium, small, and the smallest one are going to be my actual poinsettia. Because here's a little fun fact. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but poinsettias are not a flower. They are actually a series of leaves. So a little something from the science teacher in me. All right, so that's that. Now, I told you that I used this branch from number 15. And I love, love, love this particular one from the Florals number 15. Did Jay bring back my brown marker? Or is it still sitting over on the table? Still sitting over on the table. Hold on 1 minute, folks. All right. So I normally take a brown marker for this one. And instead of coloring it green, I'm going to color it brown. So this is all I do. Of course, this is Elizabeth Craft Design paper. So it is a lot. It comes in a 25 pack, so you get a lot of paper. Love this for my flowers. I would not dream of using anything else. All right, so here we go. So I'm just coloring front and back with my alcohol marker in this case. And look how pretty that comes out. And sometimes I'll take the lighter of the two colors and I will just kind of blend that color in a little bit. It just gives it a lighter and darker shade on the branch. Absolutely love that. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Becky, for joining us. Okay, so I'm going to use my art glitter glue here. If it's clogged, it's been sitting here since noon with the tip open, so it's probably clogged. All right, so I just took a little bit of this because I wanted it to have the appearance that it had some snow on it. So, and some glitter, because I just had to add some glitter to my project. You know, you can't not have glitter. This is where you use the Elizabeth Craft Designs ultra fine glitter. I have a little bowl here that I catch it in, and then my tweezers so that I can hold it. And I just take my glitter. Hi, Karen. And you learned it from a crafty person. That's funny. So I just pour the glitter right over top of that, and I'm gonna let it sit and dry, and that glue will dry clear. So I am not worried about it. It will turn out like this. Isn't that pretty? So that is what I'm searching for. Maybe a frost covered branch to go with my snowflake box. So yes. All right, now how do I shape my flowers and make them look so realistic? That is the question of the day. So I have this foam mat here. It's a foam sheet that I use. I'm going to be using my Elizabeth Craft Design tweezers. It does not take a whole bunch of tools to be able to do this, you guys. I just want you to know that. If you have a pair of Elizabeth Craft Design tweezers and a couple of ball stylus, you are good to go. So I have done some of my leaves here. I got a couple other things over here waiting in the wings should I decide to use it, but if not, hi Cindy from California. Thank you for joining us. But really all you're gonna need, and all I use, is a tool set from Tonic Studios. It's just a ball stylus set and a pair of tweezers. So that is, we carry these in our store, and of course Elizabeth Craft Design tweezers, those are my favorites. And this is all I need for making these flowers. So you don't need a whole bunch of other tools and things. This paper is what makes it absolutely beautiful. So we've got the textured side, which is the top side, and the flat side, which is the not textured side. So I'm going to be working with the textured side down, or the front side down. And I'm going to take my ball stylus and I'm just going to start at the top here and push down into this foam just a little bit. Just like that. And you can see my flowers are kind of pulling up as I rotate this ball stylus. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to kind of rub the center of the flower into the foam. And that is what I get. So that is going to be my first layer, if you will. So I'm just going to do all of these. Again, the textured side down. So I want the back side facing up. I'm just going to take my ball stylus and I'm going to Just pull up those edges, flip it over, rub the tummy, and that's about all I need to do. So let me put this on the correct side. There we go. Just pull it down till it rolls up. And Stephanie will let me know if there's any questions. Hi, Dorothy Green. How are you? Hello from Edmonton, Sherry says. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I still need to do one more thing with my tweezers to these, but it just works for me if I shape them all at once and then I go back in for the remainder of the design. Now, once I move from the larger one to the smaller one, I do change the size of my ball stylus tool, and I kind of go with a small to medium because I just want those tips to kind of curl up, and sometimes I find out that the larger ball stylus doesn't do as good a job as the smaller one does. But then I'll flip it over and just kind of press it down in my mat like that. So I've got the second one. So this is very simple. You can see that it doesn't take but just a second to create these, just like that. And I'm doing one of each size and then one of the larger ones here in the green. Hi, Corey. Thank you for joining us today. So this has been a set that I think Elizabeth Craft Designs has had out for a while. It is Florals number 12. And it is a poinsettia. I think it's a poinsettia. I don't know if it was meant to be a poinsettia or just really makes a good poinsettia. I'm not sure. But whatever the case, it works really well. And of course, you got to use soft finish cardstock. There is no other cardstock for floral making as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, that's my humble opinion. I'm kind of partial to Elizabeth Craft Designs anyway. All right, so here's the smallest one. Now, with the smaller one, I'm going to take a little bit more care because it is a small piece. They are, oops, and I'm dropping them all over the place. Come here. All right, they are kind of fragile there at the joint there. So I'm going to take my small ball stylus, and I'm not going to rub as hard. I'm just going to kind of push down on that tip into the mat rather than pulling those edges because I don't want it to break. So you can see that the shape of these flowers are really, it does almost all the work for you. It's so easy. Oh, thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Louisa's here. Hi, Linda. How are you? And so I'm going to use the same size ball stylus to kind of push down into that flower. And again, I'm shaping on the back side and then I'm turning it over and pushing it down. I didn't shape that one. And pushing it down on the front side. Just kind of pushing that down into the foam there. Isn't that pretty? I love how they're turning out. They're so dainty. Okay. So there are all of our smaller ones. I'm just going to set those there. And then for the green ones, oops, we didn't color the back of that one. All right, so for our green ones, I'm going to flip them over to the front side because I want to shape the green ones to come up and kind of cup the flower. Hello, Els. It could be. It's a great poinsettia, but you could make it blue or pink, any 5-petal flower. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to have these to kind of come up, and I'm just kind of rolling up the edges, if you'll see as they roll up like that. I want these this bottom part to kind of cup around the flower rather than the flower kind of standing up. So this is how I do the green one. So this is technically on the, I guess, front side or the textured side of the cardstock. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so there we go. No, it's flowers number 12. Flowers number 12. And this is from flowers number 15, the branch. I just thought it made such a great branch, you know, that I couldn't not use it. Okay, so this is where the Elizabeth Craft Design tweezers come in handy. So on the poinsettia die, there is a line that embosses on each one of the dies. I just simply take my Elizabeth Craft Design tweezers, just like that, and I just push up against the edge of the tweezers to make that mark. And it just kind of gives the flower a little bit of a realistic look. You know what I mean? And since that line is already there, we might as well go ahead and take advantage of not having to draw one because it's already there. See that? And that's how I make the bottom layer of the florals. So that's going to be one. And our other one, where did it go? There it is, right here. So I'm going to do the same thing for this guy, just pushing it right up against. These tweezers and a ball stylus are all you need to make these absolutely amazing flowers, as well as the cardstock. I tell you, this is how you end up making these so gorgeous. Now, this piece right here, I will show you in just a minute how I did those, because I like to shape all of my pieces first and color them and then go back and kind of start gluing them together. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this one real quick, just straight down, just like that. And then I'm going to take my tweezers again.
Ruby would like to know, where do you find the spongy mat to use on flowers?
We carry them at our store, boqcreations.com. It's a nice mat. I use it for stamping. I use it for flower shaping, all kinds of things. Okay. Now, in my opinion, there are two things that are a must when I'm making flowers. And that is the soft finish cardstock from Elizabeth Craft Designs and the Kids' Choice glue. Without the Kids' Choice glue, I don't know what it is. It's the grab, it's the paper. I'm not sure which one is which, but the two of these go hand in hand, and they are absolutely imperative for you to have the two of them together. This is a low moisture glue, so you're not going to have a lot of water to weigh down your flowers. It's really tacky. It allows you to glue them together and be super quick with them. So I just take my tweezers right here. These are my reverse tweezers. And this little part of the flower, I just dip it right into the glue. That much is all that's necessary. And then I kind of layer it right down in that little cradle, if you will. And it instantly grabs, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So I take these ones that I've already shaped, put a little tiny bit of glue right there in that center, and then I am just going to use my ball stylus here to kind of help push it down, and I'm offsetting them from the one before. And then I'm going to take this little piece. This is the third one. Tiny, tiny little bit of glue. And there we go. See that? So that is one of our poinsettias. I am not finished with it, but I will show you what we're going to do. Now, this little glue ring that I'm holding, this is what I use because that's all the glue that you're going to need to do and still have some left over. So I wanted to show y'all that because this is my favorite way to glue my flowers down because it doesn't take very much of that glue. It's instant grab, and it is absolutely the best glue with the best paper, and that's it. I mean, hands down. Use the Kids' Choice glue and the Elizabeth Craft Design soft finish cardstock, and I guarantee you'll be making flowers that are gorgeous and will stand up beautifully and look like you just spent hours and hours creating them. When really, it was pretty simple, but we won't tell anybody, will we? Yeah, usually I put it on my mat, but what ends up happening is I, stick my flowers in it, or I stick something else. I'll put my tools down and it'll get all in my glue, or I end up over gluing. Sometimes that will happen if you put too much glue. You want these little petals to be free and stand up. You don't want to have them glued down. So that's why I only use the glue in the center. And look at me, I'm talking and not paying attention. And I'm making a smaller poinsettia. All right, so there we go. Let me put these two layers together on my greenery. There we go, and the smaller one. Now these could be, if you were doing a Halloween something, they could be purple and black, or if you were doing a spring something, they could be you know, pastel colors. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. All right, so I might just go ahead and make a smaller one. You know, why not? I can. This one won't have any leaves on it, but that's all right. We might stick it in there somewhere. And I'm just putting a little bit of glue. It really does not take much glue at all with this Kids' Choice. The Kids' Choice glue is like one of those things with this paper. You just, if anybody ever asked me, what do I need to get started? I would say a ball stylus, Elizabeth Craft Design paper, and the Kids' Choice glue. That would be the 3 things that I would say you absolutely have to have. All right, let me clean this off. All right. These little pieces right here. Now that's, you can use them, but you don't have to. I like to color them in gold. And so all I did was put them out on the little piece of paper here. And I like to do mixed media with my flowers, but it's not absolutely imperative. So I have a little brush here. And how I made the centers gold was by using a little bit of gold mousse and my brush here. And this stuff dries pretty quickly on your flowers. So all I did was just paint these little stamens here with this shiny gold. And it just looks really, really super pretty, super shiny. Now I know that realistic poinsettias don't have gold centers, but you know what? It makes me feel like it's Christmas and it's sparkly. So why can't I do it? You know, I do anything that I would like because I am the creator of these flowers and I want to make them like I'd like to make them. All right, so, sorry, just making them gold. All right. And I'm going to flip them over because we will see the backside. So we want to make sure that we have them colored on both sides. See? I mean, I was thinking that I was going to run out of time. This project, I'm almost done. And I haven't even been on here 45 minutes yet. So isn't that amazing? Absolutely gorgeous. This is Nouveau Mousse from Tonic. But I suppose you could use Gilder's wax if you wanted to. I don't see any reason why you couldn't. I just know that this dries very quickly and does not inhibit the... You don't want to put anything on here that's going to change the texture or the ability for this paper to do its thing. So I try not to put anything that's going to harden the paper or something like that. So you could absolutely... You could absolutely use Gilder's wax if you wanted to. I just don't like it to change the paper itself. Because if the paper becomes too brittle, then it gets hard to shape. So that's the only thing that I would be aware of, but I don't see why you couldn't try it. So I'm going to bring back my mat again. And while this is still a little damp, I'm going to go ahead and flip them over on the back side with the soft finish side facing up. And I'm going to take the smallest of my ball stylus tools and I'm just going to rub the center until those little things pop up just like that. So I'm actually pushing down into my mat and rubbing the center at the same time. Okay, so that's how I got the gold centers for my poinsettia. I'm going to grab my glue here because I want to stick them together. And my Elizabeth Craft Design tweezers, and guess what? You just put a little tiny bit of glue and you stick it offset into the other one. See that? How cute is that? And that one is gonna sit and dry for just a moment. It does not take long for these to dry, so I just kind of set them off to the side and let them do their thing for just a moment. There we go. All right. Move that out of the way. All right, let's bring back our flowers in here. I forgot to show you how I do the leaves. So I colored the leaves the same way I just showed you how I colored those. And on these leaves, there's a line that is embossed on these when you run it through your die cut machine. So you could use this as the top, or you could turn it around and make that part the top. It's up to you. I'm going to choose this side. So I'm going to grab my Elizabeth Craft Design tweezers again, and I'm just going to push on that side right down the center. And then I take the back side of my tweezers and my thumb just like that, and I just kind of roll the end of that that leaf just like that, just to make it kind of look a little more realistic. But you could do whatever you'd like. You don't have to. You could lay them flat if you want to. They're absolutely gorgeous leaves. And this one, I think I'm going to do the smaller edge. So just like that, I'm using these tweezers. These are my favorite tweezers, by the way. I think I have like 5 or 6 pairs stuffed in my crafting drawer. I never leave home without them. Now this little guy, this one was a little difficult, but I wanted to show you. Let me see if I have one. I wanted to show you. I can't find my little bowl. So after I colored these, I can't find one that's not colored, but I'll just walk you through the process. So what I did was I colored this, and then I took my, I just did a little bit of red right up here at the top, and then finished the rest of it in green. And I turned it over, and I took my large ball stylus, and I just rubbed it right down the sides, and then I just dug it into the mat, just really, really hard. And then when I flipped it back over, it kind of gave this rounded look to it, which was really awesome. And then I took some glossy accents and just painted over the top of it and sprinkled a little bit of glitter. So it is, that's how I ended up making that. So let's bring our book box back in here. And here's the front of my, my book box that I was doing. So I'm going to take my glue here. I told you I can't live without my glue. I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to dip my center into the glue, and I'm just going to push it down into my poinsettia, just like that. Grab my tweezers, put it down in the center, just like that. There we go. And I'm going to take the whole flower. I'm going to need a little bit more glue. Okay. And I'm just going to touch a little bit of glue to the back side of this flower. Now this will take a little bit more than when you put it together. So I think I'm going to put this one close to the book box binding. So all I do is I just hold it down for just a second with names on them. I know. You know what we do is we put gems on the back of them with E6000. And then that way we know whose tweezers they are, because every time we get to crafting, everybody has Elizabeth Craft Design tweezers in the pink. So we're like, whose tweezers are these? All right. So here's my second one, and I'm just placing that down, and look at that. They're already sticking. That is incredible to me. All right, so here is our third one. I'm just putting a little bit of glue on that one. There we go. And that's going to be my third one. And I'm just kind of lifting up this little leaf right here and sliding that under. Now you could put a greeting on here if you wanted to. I'm going to fill in the rest of this area with my leaves and my pieces that I've created that look like this. So sometimes I have to take my tweezers, or I'm sorry, my scissors, and cut a little bit of this off, just because when I go to stick it under there, sometimes it gets caught under the poinsettia. So I just cut it off until, you know, I find a place that I like it, and it does not take a lot of glue, you guys. This is the cool thing. That's about all the glue that you need right there. And this will stick. Look at that. So I just push down right there, and look at the height that I got underneath there. Now that will stay exactly like that because that instant grab kids Choice glue is just perfect that way. Here are my branches. Sometimes I'll give my branches a little bit of life by just taking my tweezers, and right up the center, I'll just kind of twist. What was that? There we go. And just give it a little bit of character. And then I'm going to take the tweezers and just find a place underneath here where I want this to be. And I'm just going to slide that really shiny branch right underneath that. I love the look there. So there's one of my branches. And of course, all of these are free, kind of floating, because I don't want, I don't want it stuck down. I want it to be hovering, and, if I wanted it to be flat, then I would put glue all the way over it, but I really don't want it to be flat. So there's a little bit more of the glue right there. Okay, I'm going to turn this, because sometimes if you turn your project, you get a different perspective. So there's the second one that I have kind of stuck underneath there. Isn't that beautiful? I love these branches from, well, actually, they're the leaves from number 12. So if you were doing number 12's flowers, you might be making these in green. But I decided to use the brown and make them branches. How pretty is that? You could use these in your planner, in your journal for sure. You could mix and match them and have like a bouquet. So you don't necessarily have to just do poinsettias. You could do whatever colors you wanted to. This kind of gives it like a pine coney look, I think, Oh, if you put a set of matching cards in there, that would be beautiful. What a great idea, Belinda. It's blue and lighter than the earlier ones. Oh, they must be talking about the new journal, the new planner. Huh? Oh, they might get the blue ones back? Oh, I will have to get those for sure. This, to me, reminds me of a Christmas cactus. When I started doing this as a project, I was like, well, what could I use that piece? And then it occurred to me that it does kind of look like a Christmas cactus. So I'm just putting these in and around my project. I've got some leaves here. Don't be afraid if the leaves are too long. Don't be afraid to clip them off. Nobody's going to see it anyway. I better put some more glue in here. Nobody's going to see anything but the tips sticking out anyway. So if you need to clip that off a little bit, then go right on ahead. It's not a big deal. It's better than having your leaf sticking all the way out here because you couldn't fit it underneath, So if you need to clip it, go ahead. You're the gardener. You're the one that's doing the project. So if that's what you want, then you just go right on ahead. All right, so this one I'm kind of putting in at an angle over here. There we go. Look at that. And I think that's going to be it. I need to make one more of those gold ones for the center here. But that's okay. We can get that in a bit. I do have one more over here. Let me see if I have another one die cut. Yes, I do. All right, because I can't leave that undone. I don't know about y'all, but that'll make me bonkers. Well, not really. All right, so we're just going to grab a little bit more of the Nouveau. Sorry about that. I didn't realize we only had two. We can't have one flower without a gold center, right? Again, this is all cut out of soft finish cardstock. The book box is from Elizabeth Craft Designs. It's also made with the Christmas Lives Here paper pack. And this is Florals number 12. And I use a part of Florals number 15 to create the stick look or the branch. And I'm using the Kids' Choice glue. Oh, absolutely. The only difference with the Elizabeth Craft Design tweezers is that with the reverse tweezers, they're straight. And so I like the curvature of the Elizabeth Craft Design tweezers. It just kind of helps me to shape the leaf better than these pointy reverse tweezers. But yes, you could absolutely use reverse tweezers to accomplish the same thing. But I just really like the curvature of these. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm just going to push this down in my hand because for time's sake, I don't want to take all day doing this for our flower because, you know, we cannot let our poinsettia go without a center. There we go. That's gorgeous. Okay, perfect. Now, how to assemble the book box. Now that we have the florals on the front, how are we going to assemble the book box? Well, remember that that box that we made earlier? See that? So all I'm going to do is take my art glitter glue or whatever glue you like. You could even use the Elizabeth Craft Design double-sided adhesive. That will do just fine. And I'm just going to glue this down. All right, so let's glue this down. And this is the front of my box, so this piece just gets centered right down here. And then I'm just going to hold it down for one quick second. Just like that. And that is how easy it is to create this book box. Look at that. Now you can spend, oh my gosh, doesn't that just absolutely scream, put a gift card in me? This little buckle right here just goes together and it will hold the book box closed. Look at that rounded side there. I could put like a band of gold foil right there if I wanted to. I could put a piece of paper and have a binding there, you know, something written on that, you know, just so many different things. But what I chose to do is I have some Christmas gems, and I thought, you know what, since I'm using gold there, I'm going to embellish this with some gold gems. So all I did was took a little bit of glue, put a spot of glue down here in the center of the flower, just like that, and took my tweezers and just dropped a few of these gold gems right down into the center of the flower, you know, until it's kind of full looking, or maybe 2 or 3 of them, I don't know, you know, just until they're nice and shiny. Here is that dinging you're hearing is folks coming in and out of my store, so sorry about that. But hey, you know, they're all wondering what you guys are getting. What are you doing back there? I'm spending some time with our friends on Elizabeth Craft Designs. That's what I'm doing. All right, so here is, I'm probably putting like 3 of these medium-sized gems in there. You could do 1 large if you wanted to. That's completely up to you. All right, there's the last one. Come on. I think I lost my little glue spot. Where I folded the edges on the side versus... Oh, yes. Yes. Come on, little glue thing. All right, so luckily this glue will dry clear. I'll show that in just one moment. I want to finish embellishing these. So I'm just going to put those back in there. All right, so this is the one that I folded and I burnished down. So you can see it's kind of a square looking box, whereas this one has more of a book shape, kind of like if you would see on a, you know, on a bookshelf. So it has a different look depending on whether you burnish it or whether you just kind of leave it round. So that is completely up to you. And then, like I said, all I did then was just to take a little bit of my liquid glue and some of my Elizabeth Craft Design Cool Diamonds glitter. And if you see, I'm doing a very light you know, just scratching the surface here with my little glue. I don't want big puddles. And if I accidentally have, you know, someplace where it's not real thin like that, you know, like say I have a big glob right there and I didn't really want it, I just take my finger and just kind of spread it around. And then I will take my glitter and I will just sprinkle it right on the top, just like that. Small candy canes absolutely would fit in the box. There is no reason why you could not put candy canes in this box. And then I just take and dump the glitter out, you know, the loose glitter, and that glue will dry clear, and that is it. That is how you make a beautiful book box using the Elizabeth Craft Design Florals number 12, Florals number 15, and the book box die that does come with this lattice. So again, all you have to do is just unbuckle that and open up the box, and you have a great little gift. This is a tub of Inca Gold, so if that shows you how big this box is, and you still have room to go. So you could fit jewelry in here, you could fit a gift card for sure in here, you could put, you know, a couple of your favorite craft supplies in here. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. I did want to show you the difference between the reds. On this one, I used a Cherry Pop Red ink from Tailored Expressions. On this one, I got a little more of a vintagey color using a Telephone Box Red. So it just really depends on what colors you choose to make your poinsettia. I was looking at over here, and I created a pink one. So, you know, if you want to make yours pink, if you want to make them blue, if you want to make them whatever color you want to, it's up to you. It's absolutely your choice. Any color you want. So thank you so very much. I just wanted to recap real quick what I used, so that way you guys know what to get. I used the soft finish cardstock from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Definitely the pink tweezers. A couple of ball styluses. You got to use the Cool Diamonds glitter because that's what gives it the shine. Definitely the book box die. Florals number 15, Florals number 12, and the Christmas Lives Here paper. These are what I used to create. Look at that beautiful lattice. So that's just out of paper. Out of cardstock. I did it out of gold. So, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, go ahead and build your book box. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's live. Thank you so much for having us, Els, and the folks at Elizabeth Craft Designs. We absolutely appreciate being here. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for allowing us to be here, and have a great weekend. Bye.